Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Smart English Podcast. I'm Mia, and I'm so happy to be here with my wonderful co host, Alex. How are you doing today, Alex?
Hey, Mia, I'm doing great, thank you. And I'm really excited about our topic today. It's something super useful for everyday life, you know?
Absolutely. Today, we're talking about how to think critically. Now, that might sound a little bit academic, but trust us, it's just about being smart in your daily life. It's about how we think about information and make decisions, right?
Exactly. I mean, thinking critically is not about being negative or always finding problems. It's more about asking questions, looking at things from different angles, and not just believing everything you hear or see right away. It helps you understand things better, I think.
I completely agree. So, Alex, when you think about critical thinking in your own life, what's a good example? Maybe something simple, like when you're watching TV or reading something online.
Oh, that's a great question, Mia. For me, a big one is when I see advertisements. Commercials on TV or ads on social media. They always make products look amazing, right? Like, buy this new phone and your life will be perfect.
Yes, they always do. They promise the world.
Yeah, so when I see an ad, my critical thinking starts working. I ask myself, is that really true? Will this product really solve all my problems? I mean, usually the answer is no. It's just a phone. It won't make me fly. It helps me not spend money on things I don't really need or things that won't deliver what they promise. It's about not being fooled.
That's such a perfect example, Alex. It's about looking beyond the surface. It's not just about what they tell you, but what they don't tell you, or what might be hidden. What about news or something you read in an article online?
Oh, that's even more important, I think. With news, it's easy to just read a headline and think you know everything. But often, headlines are designed to get your attention, you know? They can be a bit dramatic. So I try to read the whole article, and if it's a big topic, I even try to find another news source, maybe from a different country, to see how they report it. It helps me get a fuller picture.
That's a really smart approach, Alex. It's like gathering different pieces of a puzzle. We don't want to just listen to one person's story. We want to hear from different people to understand the whole situation. It's a great habit to build. So, why do you think it's so important for people, especially new English learners, to practice this skill?
Well, Mia, I think it's super important for everyone, not just English learners. But for learners, it helps you in so many ways. First, it helps you understand English content better. If you read something and it sounds strange, instead of just accepting it, you can stop and think, does this make sense? You can ask questions like, is this a common phrase? Or is this information reliable? It helps you learn more deeply, you know?
That's a great point. It makes you a more active learner rather than just passively receiving information. You start to challenge things a little bit, in a good way. I remember once I was trying to buy a new product online and it had so many amazing reviews. I almost bought it, but then I stopped and thought, wait, all these reviews are 5 stars? That's a bit suspicious. So I clicked on some of the profiles and it turned out they were all new accounts with only one review. My critical thinking helped me avoid buying something that might not have been good at all.
Oh, that's a classic. Good job, Mia. It's so easy to get caught up in things like that. My own experience was when I was learning about a new diet. Everyone always talks about new diets. And one friend told me, this diet is the only way to be healthy. You just eat this one type of food. And I almost started it, but then I thought, is it really healthy to only eat one thing? What about all the other foods my body needs? So I talked to a doctor, and they told me it wasn't a balanced diet. Critical thinking saved me from eating only bananas for a month.
Good for you for asking questions and not just following blindly. That's exactly what we mean by critical thinking. So, for our listeners, what are some simple steps or habits they can start building today to think more critically in their everyday lives?
Okay, definitely. I'd say the first step is always to ask questions. When you hear something, especially if it's a big claim or something very new, just ask, is this true? How do they know this? Who is telling me this? Just those simple questions can make a big difference. Don't be afraid to be curious.
That's excellent advice. Asking why is so powerful. What's another easy tip for our listeners?
My second tip would be to look for different points of view. So, if you're reading about a topic, try to find another article about the same topic from a different website or a different person. People often have different opinions, and it's good to see all sides. It helps you form your own opinion, rather than just taking one side's word for it.
That's a fantastic point, Alex. It helps you see the whole picture, not just one small part. And finally, what's one more tip to help us all think a bit more critically?
My third tip is to check your emotions. Sometimes we really want something to be true, or we get very angry or very angst about something. Our feelings can make it hard to think clearly. So take a moment, breathe, and try to look at the facts without too much emotion. Is it still true when you're calm? This is a bit harder, but it's very helpful.
Those are three incredibly useful tips, Alex. Ask questions, look for different points of view, and check your emotions. Wonderful. Now, before we wrap up, we want to give you a few new words and phrases related to critical thinking that you can use. First, we have take with a grain of salt. This means don't completely believe something. For example, my friend said this movie is the best ever, but I'll take it with a grain of salt because he loves all action movies. It means I'll listen, but I won't believe it 100%.
Next up is dig deeper. This means to investigate more, to look for more information. For instance, the news story seemed a bit strange, so I decided to dig deeper and find out more facts. You don't just stop at the first answer.
Our third phrase is point of view. This is someone's opinion or perspective. It's important to understand different points of view before making a decision. Everyone sees things differently, and it's good to hear from multiple angles.
And finally, make sense. This means something is logical and understandable. For instance, his explanation of the problem didn't really make sense to me. It wasn't clear or logical. When something makes sense, it's easy to understand why it's true.
Great words, Alex. So just to recap, thinking critically is about being smart and thoughtful. It helps you make better decisions, understand the world better, and not just believe everything you hear. Remember to ask questions, look at different points of view, and be aware of your emotions.
Yes, it really helps you navigate all the information out there. Thank you so much for joining us today on Smart English Podcast. We really hope this episode was helpful for you.
Absolutely. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel for more English learning content, and leave us a comment below. We love to hear your thoughts and ideas for future topics.
And remember to practice your English every day. Keep thinking, keep learning. We'll see you next time on Smart English Podcast.
Bye, everyone.